We are going to continue with chapter 6 from May You Have a Day, Making Every Day Better with the Teachings of Rebbe Nachman. Chapter 6, Correcting Others. Some people want to fix other people and correct them. It's part of their nature. Sometimes this is genuinely well-meaning. After all, we're taught that giving tochacha, moral correction, is a great mitzvah and technically an obligation for each of us. But in actuality, says Rebbe Nachman, this is something we should avoid. He explains that most of us don't have the necessary insight into how to correct someone effectively. When we do attempt tochacha, we tend to focus on the wrong aspects of correction. Instead of focusing on the person's strengths, we focus on their flaws, the consequence of which is that we weaken the soul of the person we are trying to correct. We forget that the idea is to build people up, not shame or humiliate them. Hasidism is all about lifting people up. At the time the Baal Shem Tov founded the Hasidic movement in the early 1700s, itinerant preachers would travel from town to give sermons. They were hired by local congregations. In each town, they would dramatically rebuke the congregates from the pulpit. They would shame them and make them feel so down about their transgressions that the people would cry and tremble in fear. When they were totally beaten down and hopeless, the preacher's job was done and he would move on to the next town. The Baal Shem Tov saw that this was not helping people. To put down people who were already struggling, who were trying to scrape by in a very hostile environment, was a grave injustice in the Baal Shem Tov's eyes. He had a great love for the Jewish people, and this situation caused him a lot of heartache. It was also one of the things that inspired him to give life to the Hasidic movement, which offered a way to lift people up and bring them closer to God with sweetness and joy. The great-grandson of the Baal Shem Tov, Rebbe Nachman of Breslov, teaches that only a tzaddik knows how to give moral rebuke. The tochacha from a tzaddik nourishes the soul and doesn't weaken it. Why? Because a tzaddik lovingly lasers in on the person's good points. In many of his lessons, Rebbe Nachman of Breslov teaches us how to motivate and inspire others. But first, he teaches us how to motivate, inspire, and believe in ourselves. The best way to begin is by recognizing our own good points, clearing our own path, so we can build a joyful connection to God. May you have a day in which you are able to see the good points in yourself and others.